This video explains how to find a character pattern in a data frame column using the R programming language. So without too much talk, let's dive into the R code. In this video I will show you an example, and for this example we first need to create a data frame, as you can see in lines 2 and 3 of the code. So after running these lines of code, a new data frame object is appearing at the top right, which is called data, and we can print this data at the bottom in the console by running line 4 of the code. And then you can see that we have created a data frame containing 5 rows and the 2 columns x1 and x2. And as you can see, the second column x2 contains the character strings foo and bar. Now let's assume that we want to identify the positions where this data frame contains the character string bar. Then we can use the grepl function, as you can see in line 6 of the code. And within this function we are specifying the character string pattern for which we want to search and the column in which we want to search. So after running line 6 of the code, you can see that the RStudio console returns a vector object containing the logical indicators false and true. And this vector indicates at which positions the character string bar is contained. So in this case, at the 3rd and at the 5th positions of our data frame column x2. Now we can use this information to subset our data frame, as you can see in line 8 of the code. So once again, I'm using the grepl function, but this time I'm using this function to subset our data frame using square brackets, and I'm storing the output of this in a new data frame object that I'm calling data new1. So after running line 8 of the code, a new data frame object is appearing at the top right. And after running line 9 of the code, you can see at the bottom that we have created a subset. And this subset contains only those rows where the column x2 contains the character pattern bar. Now, alternatively to that, we can also use the stringr package, as you can see in the next part of the tutorial. And this next part starts in line 11 of the code. And in this line of code, I'm installing the stringr package. I have installed this package already, so for that reason, I'm not going to run this line of code. However, I still have to load the stringr package, and for that reason, I'm going to run line 12 of the code. And now in the next step, I can use the str detect function of the stringr package. And within this function, I'm specifying the character pattern for which I want to search and the column, similar to the grepl function in line 6 of the code. So after running line 14 of the code, you can see that another logical output is returned. And this logical output is also identifying the index positions of the rows in which the column x2 contains the character pattern bar. Similar to the first example, we can also use this information to subset our data frame, as you can see in line 16 of the code. So after running lines 16 and 17 of the code, the same output is returned as in the first example. So as you can see, we have created another data frame subset which contains only those rows where the column x2 contains the character pattern bar. That's all I wanted to explain in this video. In case you want to learn more on this topic, you may check out my homepage, statisticsglobe.com, because on my homepage I have recently published a tutorial in which I'm explaining the content of this video in some more detail. I will put a link to this tutorial into the description of the video, so you can find it there. If you have liked this video or if you have any questions, let me know in the comments section below. I'll try to respond to all comments as soon as I can. Furthermore, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel to get notified about future video releases. I have already published about 500 videos on this channel, and I'm releasing new videos on a daily basis. Thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next video.